Even though I stopped trying to prove it had all been real, my mother never really saw me as her little girl again. I moved out at 18 and lived alone for years, working in an English pub, trying to forget how many people were probably dead because me, including Jamie, I've the dug deepest. I walked the downtown area all day. I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going, who I should approach, or what I should ask them. I just knew I was in the right place. I've been drawn here for a reason. I felt it in my gut. This was where I was supposed to be. But for the 5th time in as many days, I had asked myself, what now? I suppose I could have spent days wandering around Landenberg. I could have left empty-handed and never known what happened all those years ago. I could have never found it. But as fate would have it, it only took half a day to find what I was looking for. It was well past noon, and I had stopped at a small cafe to eat a sandwich. Since the restaurant was packed wall-to-wall with students, I went outside and leaned against the brick wall by the door. I supposed I noticed it because it was so brightly colored, or maybe because it was the only piece of litter I had seen all morning. Or, just maybe, it was simply because I was supposed to. But for whatever the reason, when a bright red flyer blew past my feet, I reached out to step on it. Curious, I bent and picked it up and read the heading. Teeth and History Museum, Landenberg, Pennsylvania. Upcoming exhibitions, 13th to 14th century Judeo-Christian relics and artifacts.
What the fuck?
They're gonna get there. It's a little drawing of the demon, and it's like, oh, welcome to the demon of the.
Could there be any? Do you think there's any way that they have the demon there, like a gargoyle? Like there's just the statue that is.
That would be
just
kind of
asleep.
cool if it was like dormant.
Well, I gotta say, I love this.
But they didn't know what they had.
I love the setup that the Landenberg town is just a college town. Because the entire time I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you have all these crazy in-betweens. There's no gas station for 90 miles. It's literally nothing. And then it's just like, it's just so suspicious and odd, right? But then of course it's just like a weird college town where it is probably just a bunch of like kids focusing on school or just kind of like, you know, being young and stupid would amass, and that's where they would live, is out in the middle of nowhere going to the school. I'm glad that that's the infrastructure to it, versus if it was like, yep, the whole town's just it's a plastic factory town. Because I feel like it would just be a little too cliche, maybe.
Oh, it's the town where we make
Yeah, or even just something where it's like, yeah, there's only 9 people who live here ever since this. But I like that it's kind of a thriving, bustling college town.
There's like life to it and stuff, which I mean makes sense because like the curse or the demon hasn't got there yet, right? It's like right at the border.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if she just destroys another